In this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to make these adorable lanyards. I don't need to carry a lanyard, so I just put my business card on there to show you what they look like. You will need a pair of scissors. You will need a pair of needle nose pliers, and it's actually best in this method if you have two, but if you don't, you could find a way to do it without two. And then you will need a loop turner. I am using our short loop turner. You will need a lighter, doesn't have to be this kind, a key ring clasp, and you will need a badge reel holder. These I do not offer. I offer everything else on my site, which is in my bio, but these I do not offer yet. I do have them linked on my storefront. I just took mine off of our badge reels that we carry, so I just took it off of here, but I will eventually carry these. A pair of breakaway clasps. You will need your beads. Now you can do whatever design you want. You can make it as long or as short as you like. I like it with 3 beads and a focal. I feel like that's a really good size. And of course you will need some string. I am using 2mm nylon string. You can also use 1.5 if you prefer. So to get started, first we need to cut our string. I'm going to take my measure and we are going to measure 45. Now we are going to take both ends and we are going to double the string. So we're going to double it, take both ends, pull it all the way down to the end, and you'll have a little loop right here. The next step, you can do it a bunch of different ways. So if you see on here, I just have a ring and then the ID holder. And then on this one, I have the ring, the clip, and the ID holder. So that is totally up to you what all you want on the end of it. In this method, I'm going to be doing this one without the clip on here. So to take that off, you are going to need 2 pliers, or you can find a different way to do it if you just have one. And we're going to take this small one off here, or we're just going to bend it. So we're going to see where it opens up at. There's a little slit right there. They all have like a little slit. I'm going to grab one side, grab the other. So we're going to twist them the opposite direction from each other. One's going to come my way, the other's going to go out that way until it opens up. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then you're just going to take your chain off and your little clip off, and we'll just put those to the side. While this is already open, we're going to take our ID holder, and there's a little hole here. We're going to slip that on there. All right, and now we're going to close it back up by doing it the same way. All right, we got it back lined up, and if you want to, you could put a dab of glue on there. That's totally up to you. I've never had them come apart, especially since you have to use pliers to get them apart, so I don't think it'll come apart. Okay, so we have it on there, and we're going to put that down. We're going to grab our string, and we are going to go ahead and put this on there. So right in that small loop, I'm going to put my string in there and double it. Make sure they are even at the ends. Right, it's down there, it's on there. You can also put this string through the big one if you prefer. It really is up to you. So now we're going to put that down for a minute. Now we're going to take our loop turner. I'm using our short one, and we're going to go ahead and bead our loop turner. Now this part is totally up to you on how you want your design to look. Whatever you have on the end here, so whatever stops on the end is what's going to come off first, right? So if I'm putting it like this and I'm going to put it on my string, it's going to be upside down. So it's going to be like that, upside down. So that means you need to do it the opposite direction. And I want this focal to be at the bottom. So that means the focal needs to be the first thing that comes off. So I'm going to do it upside down and backwards. So we're going to put our beads on there. We have our beads on there. We're going to take our string, both ends of it. We're going to loop it onto our loop turner. And a good trick with your loop turner is you always want your string to be close to the end whenever you're pushing beads on it. You don't want to go too far up here or it's going to be really hard to get on. Push our beads on. And then you can just push it down with your hand one by one if you want, if it's tough, or you can just do all of them at the same time. All right, so now we have our beads on there. The next step is going to be to put the breakaway clasp on. Breakaway clasp have 2 ends. It has a female and a male. So you're going to put it on first. and then you'll tie your knots. I say it like that because it's very common to tie your knot and then forget you didn't put this on there. Now the next step to get them nice and even, it is a little tricky, but there is a trick at the end I can show you if you don't get them even. So we're just gonna pull it straight. Try to keep them together as best you can. And then I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it right here. I'm gonna loop it around my finger, cross it, and take it off my finger, and it has like a little loop, and then you push that through there. And then you have a little knot, and then try your best to get them the same. This part is tricky, but if you mess up, I have a trick at the end on how to fix them. Okay, we have both of our knots now. We are going to take our lighter and we're going to burn it just a little so it doesn't fray. Cut off the extra and just push that over the knot. Now you have your breakaway clasp on there. We are going to make sure it's nice and even. And actually I did get mine pretty even, but I'll show you how to do it if you don't. So if this was like that, all uneven and stuff, you would just push your beads forward, figure out which one is uneven, right? And pull on it until you make them even, and you can just keep checking it. See, now I messed mine up, so I'm going to pull on this one a little. Still messed up. I messed up my perfection. And you just keep doing it until you get it nice and straight. Okay, we're straight again. And then if you, well, it's already back at the end, but if you need it to and it was still up here, you just push it back down. So that is it. There you have it. You can just attach the ID right here. That is how you make a lanyard. Super easy and simple. I hope you guys loved it. I hope it helps you, and thank you so much for watching.